may be tired all the time, but it's because I'm working all the time. Getting up at 5 in the morning every day, going to sleep early, that's because I'm tired.
We're all sleeping giants, man. That's all we are, sleeping giants.
That's right. And you know, you got to play your part. You got to do what you're supposed to do. Because Balaam did what he was supposed to do. You know?
So we try to do everything we can to, you know what I mean? But it just, blessed though, man, really hard. That's why when you go, you see the boxers, who the best boxers is Jake though, or, you know, or the Kino. Because in there, there's no rules, man. I mean, there's rules to boxing, but it's like, man, you're in my world now. So you Edomite, wherever you are though, like, so-called white man, whatever, I'm gonna fuck you up because we're in this world right here.
Yeah.
But if we're outside the boxing ring world, let's say, you know, you got me though because you have, you know, protection. But in the ring or even UFC though, man, which I believe a majority of the UFC fighters are Jake though. They have to be Jake. You know, the way they, man, fuck no, man, there has to be Jake, man. All pretty much the majority.
Leon Edwards, Arnold Osborne.
Oh yeah, gone. Oh yeah, this little definitely Jake.
The way they talk shit, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say too.
And Chael Sonnen, that guy's an Israelite.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Chael Sonnen, you're a fucking Israelite.
He may look like but he's Israelite.
He's fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
He's fucking funny.
There's even this Edomite looking for his name's Pimplat. Yeah, that guy. That one that eats a lot. He's a good fighter, I ain't gonna lie. He could possibly be a Jake
This
too.
likes to eat a lot. Jake.
Yeah. But he's a fucking good fighter though, man. But he has like the long, you know, straight hair, you know.
Straight hair, straight like a Chucky the dog, Chucky.
Yeah.
You know, wanna be friends? I'm your friend to you.
And he talks shit too, like Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, that fool's a nigga.
Oh yeah.
That fool's Jake. He's one of us.
Has to be because you know he's Irish, so Irish, but he has to.
And you can tell because the Lord blessed him. All these people that were mentioned, the Lord blessed them with something.
Yeah.
But guess what? Even though these people got blessed with something, even though it seems like a lot to us right now in the world, all that's going to get taken away from them. And we're going to get the most blessing.
Yeah, because it's currently world, they seem like they got more than us in this world.
So what's the most important job in the whole universe, other than being the Messiah?
Commandments. Yeah, commandments.
Prophet.
Yeah.
Who can do the commandments? You know? That's what this guy's going to tell us. Let's get Numbers 23 and 25. Damn. You know, all these kings all over that world. That's why the Yahweh is the King of Kings. Because he took all the crowns.
Numbers 23 and 25. Balak said unto Balaam, neither curse them at all nor bless them at all.
So check this out. It says over here, even though you cannot curse them, said Balak to Balaam, at least do not bless them. What are you blessing them for?
So what's the whole point? It's like you're 50-50, like am I gonna fight him or not? He's kinda bigger.
Yeah.
It's like I know he's bigger than me, he has the advantage, but still I don't know yet.
Yeah.
You know, that's what pretty much was going through his mind though, you know?
So verses 18 to 24 were actually blessings. And then Balak is like, God damn. If you can't curse him, don't bless him, thinking that he's the one that's saying all this shit.
Yeah.
But it's hard for these fucking, even though he's the king of Moab, he's smart enough to know all kinds of things, but he's not smart enough to know that those aren't Balaam's words. Those are Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, he won't know that. Yeah,
He can't know that.
Yeah.
Because he can't know that. The only kind of righteous kings were King David and King Solomon that would know that. And all the kings after them started getting game after them.
Yeah. I mean, that was a split though, but
Yeah.
you know.
Get verse 26. This will be my last verse.
Verse 26. Balaam answered and said to Balak, told not I thee, saying all that the Most High speaketh, that I must do?
So he's totally forgot that it's not this individual Balaam. He can't bless nobody. He can't curse nobody. So actually, he can, but he can't curse these people. That's what Balak doesn't understand. He's like, man, I paid you all this money, I paid you all these things. But he kept warning them. He kept warning them. He kept saying, look, even if you give me your house full of treasures, I can't put a curse on you. Because you see, how about Shemi Awashai is doing all the cursing and blessing.
So he at least acknowledged there was a power though, you know? Well, Balaam did.
There you go. And that's the best thing that anybody can do. Any Israelite can do. So if you're watching my video and you're looking in the mirror and you're redhead, you think you're a cracker, but you say you love the Lord and this makes you feel bad or whatever, guess what? Edomites don't feel bad. Okay, Edomites don't feel bad about Negroes or wetbacks or Indians because they took our fucking land, you goddamn fool. Look what they did to us through all our history.
I would get a little bit into that. Yeah, history too, you know.
Man,
history repeats itself.
History does repeat itself. So you know that was my lesson. You know, it's a blessing to know you're an Israelite. So if you know you're an Israelite, start trying to be an Israelite. You know, read Hebrew, write Hebrew, focus on that's all you have to do is focus on yourself. And then you can be better off. So that was my lesson.
And it's crazy because our people are the most that don't want to believe they're Israelites. So, you know, they're the stiff-necked people, and it tells you in Baruch, the 2nd chapter, you know, in the place where they're, you know, the captivity, where they're, you know, they're not going to accept this, you know. So, you know, today I wanted to speak about, there's this term or this word, you know, called fool's gold, you know, and I'll get the definition of what it means, fool's gold. Got it right here.
Because there's a lot of fools around.
So it means, I said, what is fool's gold? Any flashy but ultimately worthless investment may be called fool's gold in finance. The term originally referred only to iron, pyrite, which is commonly mistaken for gold, right? So the reason why I said it's funny about these rappers that have been dying, right, which brother talked about, is last week there was this rapper called PNB Rock, and he died in a Roscoe and Waffles restaurant. He got shot in his chest.
God damn.
So he was a fool thinking there was gold there, right? Or in LA in general, because this guy came from Philadelphia. Even if he went to LA just to, you know, so-called chill, or he went for business tractions and things like that, he was still a fool because here's this hood-ass hood in LA, and he chose to eat at this restaurant though. You know, a lot of our people, man. And another example too. A couple years ago, this rapper Pop Smoke. He was born and raised in New York, and he got famous, right, in music and shit, whatever. He moved to LA, and guess what happened to him? He got popped and smoked in his LA home in a robbery. And you know, and that was him being a fool because thinking there was, you know, California, man. California used to be good, man, before these Edomites came. You know, back in 1542, when Conquistador, I forgot his name, he came over here. And then he had that pastor, priest, whatever, Sarah. They built up all these 21 missions in California, which California too is also known for having missions, right? Those like churches, you know. But the thing about it though is I remember back in school, I had to build one. You know how to build a mission though. I believe it was the San Luis Obispo one. And I remember as a kid I had to build it. But my teacher never explained the down and dirty of that shit though. You know? Back in those times, man, it was 1880s. It was in 1880s, right? There was a bunch of ruins of the original missions, though. But you see, they started building these missions to get what's it called, though? Out of towners to come to California, though. So it was like, it was just to get people to come to California and spend their money here. So that's why in that Highway 101 going to Paso Robles and all that, I don't know if you ever seen, there's like bells and shit, but they call that the Camino Real, and they're saying that that was the one that took you to all these missions and shit, but that highway was never there. You know, how is it that these so it was all a tourist attraction though for people to go to these missions and spend their money. That's all it was though.
Ooh, though.
Yeah.
I got
go on.
So the brother said, you know, that guy got shot in his chest.
Yeah.
This is Psalm 121 and 5. Well, I'll start at 4. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is thy keeper. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor by moon, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul.
See? But he didn't believe in Yahweh Shai. He believed in this world and his money though.
Yep.
And that shit got him shot in his chest. He was all swimming, you know, on the ground and shit though. But he didn't believe in Yahweh Shai though.
He believed in the Camino Real.
Yeah. Coming to, you know, things though. And don't get me wrong, California has this reputation of the goods and bads though, you know? But see, that's the thing. Oh, Biggie Smalls, right? He came to California and his fat ass got shot up over here. Fool though, man. Why the fuck? Tupac died 6 months prior though. I don't give a fuck what you're gonna tell me though. I will not go to a place where you know I'm well hated at because this nigga died though. So why would I go to a place even to perform? Fuck that, man. I don't give a fuck if I lose money. I'm gonna lose my life though. And look what happened to this guy Biggie Smalls. Going back to, you had that song, going back to Cali. Yeah, you came and you fucking died here. You fool.
Yeah, what about Sodom and Gomorrah when Lot was taking his family out of Egypt, out of Sodom and Gomorrah, and his wife turned around, she got what? Turned into salt because she didn't believe. All you have to do is believe.
Or she just missed something in Sodom that she liked those, that's why she turned back. Like, oh, I'm gonna miss this place.
Bam! Turned into fucking pillar of salt.
That must have been a painful, you know, experience.
Crystallization.
Yeah.
Man. So that then.
But that's the thing though. That place didn't have no value to it though. Man, it was. You think we're gonna, Lord will, we're the elect. You think we're gonna be like, oh, we miss Babylon if we're up in the space, you know, in the so-called spaceship though? We're gonna be like, hell yeah, you know, fuck that place.
The first angel that thinks I'm gonna recreate Babylon and go visit it in my fucking spaceship is getting fucked up.
Yeah. Ever go back to that?
Fucked up by all of us.
Why would you miss
it?
Yeah. Why would you miss this place, man? Fuck this thing, man. You know? And that's the thing about it, man. You're a fool to want this shit to still continue, you know? And can you get the book of Ecclesiastes 1 and 4? Because no matter what, right? I think, what's his name? Vocab believes that the world's gonna, like in Star Wars, it's just gonna explode. Stupid though. You know? And this precept's gonna, you know, like...
Ecclesiastes?
Yeah. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 4. Yeah. Not Sirach.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
See? So ain't gonna be no explosion here in this world, though, man, on this earth. You know? And since another generation comes, though. Back then, California, yeah, thinks that the world's gonna explode. No, he's an idiot.
Probably thinks the world's like 1 billion years old.
Oh, like millions, the Big Bang Theory? When it tells you the first book of Genesis how it was created. You know? So, you know, back in the day though, man, California was known for what? Being the Wild Wild West, right?
Gold.
Yeah, the gold, which I'm gonna get into too. Motherfuckers were getting, you know, shot up and shit and all that. Guess what? Hey man, the same spirits, man, are here again. The same wild ass spirits, cowboys and, you know what I mean, shooting each other out and all this bullshit though, man. The same spirits are here, but a different, you know, time and
Kind of crazy.
gun.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 11. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after.
Exactly though. So how you gonna remember? Oh yeah, I remember back in 1822 when I shot this guy though. Which can you get this precept? 1 Corinthians 14 and 32. too. Because that's the thing, right? You got these killers, right? They kill someone in this timeline, right? And they be like, oh shit, like they get deja vu, like, oh shit, why was it naturally for me to, do this though? Like the serial killers, right? They killed people back in when they were in this world like before, So when they kill someone in this world, it's like that's to them it's natural, like, oh shit, how, like why do I feel like I've done this before, Because you've been here before though. That's why. So can you get that one, Bob, show?
1 Corinthians 14 and 22.
32. Like it.
32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
Yep. Simple though, but so it has to show reincarnation. So guess what? Hey, me and this brother and Amawan, back in the time, we're prophets too though. Hey, if you come back then, if you're a killer, guess what? You're gonna come back as a killer.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a fighter and shit, you're gonna come back as a fighter. Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali were probably the gladiators back in Rome though, Badass gladiators and shit. So, you know what I mean? You come back to your law.
Hey, and if we were in China, we were fighting monks.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna put you right now. 1 Corinthians 14 and 22. Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe.
Yeah. So you're gonna get this no matter what though, man. If you in your spirit feel like, guess what? You start coming out here with us, then you must have been a prophet before, Or helping a prophet out too.
Because Daniel was reading the book of Jeremiah.
Oh yeah. It said Jeremy on the book. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. You see? So how is it that he was? It tells you that he was reading the book of Jeremiah though.
I'm trying to figure out the 72 years of hell in Babylon.
Oh yeah. What was it? The weeks though?
Yeah, 72 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks though. Yeah. See?
Come on.
So yeah. So we were the people. We were back then though. So whatever you were doing shit right now, if you're a sodomite, guess what? You're a sodomite before you came into this timeline though.
Yeah.
So I was talking about fool's gold, right? So that's the thing about it though, man. And there's this Joaquin Murrieta, right? Joaquin Murrieta, he was actually from Sonora. But he was coming to California to get his gold and shit. And he was real young too. He was 18 years old. So then he was like, he told his wife, hey, let's go up to the north, the California and shit, and make our life out here. But it happened to be the year of 1848. That's when so-called America won the war with Mexico. The Mexican-American War. So he was here at the bad time. So when the Edomites caught him up and shit, they raped his wife, they beat her, they had him tied to a chair. So they were looking at him like, this youngster ass fool, right? So they left him, and next thing you know, he came to where his camp was, and he was killing them and shit, cutting his body parts to them in the camp where they were at. They were so much in high alert that he would still catch one and still cut him up and put him right there though. And he was 18 years old, man. He was probably like around your age though. Imagine though, man. He had a strong spirit though,
That's forced on him.
Oh yeah, definitely though. So even now, like, you see the cartels and shit, how they're known to cut up, what I mean? That's spirit though, man. But they're on the left-hand side though, And it's funny too though, because they call him a bandit, Joaquin Murrieta, when all he did was an eye for an eye, That's all he did. And then he got himself, he had that thing though where he's like, hey, I'm already dead, like, how you gonna kill something that's already dead? So he was going with people like, oh, you went through this shit too? His so-called Mexican people, he's like, all right, let's get these fucking Edomites the fuck out of here and fuck them up and shit. So then they pretty much had to call the government though, the Texas Ranger, Harry Love, and so they had to get him and shit though, So they had to pretty much get the government because guess what? Joaquin Murrieta was raising hell, man. He was raising hell to these Edomites and shit though. Why isn't he celebrated though? Why is this guy celebrated though?
Whoever's the victor tells the story.
Exactly though. And then it's funny though because they got that movie Zorro. He was inspired by Joaquin Murrieta. Zorro was really based on Joaquin Murrieta. How come they don't put that at the end of the movie? Inspired by Joaquin Murrieta.
Because then people would look up Joaquin Murrieta and they would find out all that
he was fucking up these Edomites. But they'll celebrate fucking Cesar Chavez though.
That was shit.
Yeah, and then let me tell you this about him too. He was all about his money and shit. He was having his people burn fucking farms and shit from other people and shit. Because he was trying to profit money though. So that motherfucker was wicked though. He was having his people burn down fucking farms and all this shit though, man.
You got a day. You go to work, or you don't go to work. You get paid for not going to work.
Yeah, the hoes and shit, they're longer because of him.
See, that's how this devil makes you remember things.
Yeah.
You'll remember things like that.
But not Joaquin Murrieta. Kind of like the thing with the, what's that called? The Levites though? When they fucked up the Spaniards and shit. Oh no, the French though?
French.
The 88 though? How come they don't talk about that shit, right? Or they put it in their history though? Because they were getting fucked up, that's why. And it's a spirit too, because yesterday, it was called Diablo Ranch, right? Where it says he got killed at, it's only like 8 miles away from out of town, Coalinga though.
Oh.
So I got a picture of it though. Let's see if I can find it though. I took because I was coming from Hanford and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a picture of it because this, you know, I'm gonna do camp the next day. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna take a picture of it because this is here where he died though, you know. And but if you look though, it says, what do they call him? A bandit. It says headquarters of the notorious. They might have put in notorious bandit. It says murdered Joaquin Murrieta killed here on July 25th. You know, by the state rangers and all that shit, right? Which can you get Obadiah 1 and 3? You see? But that's the thing, right? And guess what? You know, this is only 7 miles away from where I live, though. And, you know, I live in Coalinga. You know, I lived there for a long time already, though. But how come people don't talk about, hey, Joaquin Murrieta, though? Hey, man, shit. Hey, he only got, well, they say he got killed 7 miles out of Coalinga, which it says right there. But it's like, people don't talk about him like that. I remember there was this one Jake in school that talked about him. I was like, who the hell is that? And back in middle school, I'm like, who the hell is Joaquin Murrieta? He's like, how the fuck you not know about this guy? You know? So I was like, oh shit though. So a lot of people don't talk about him though, you know? But guess what, man? It's because he was fucking the Edomites up though.
Yeah.
You know? Can you get that one?
Obadiah is only one chapter, verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
See, it's that prideful shit, man. They call him a bandit, they call him all this, right? They're like, man, they're real prideful though. Because back in the 49ers, right? The actual real 49ers, which is these white settlers, they were going to San Francisco and shit in this other town called Jackson though. You know, it got so hectic with the gold with them though, they started killing each other and shit, you know? Because they started getting greedy with that gold though. You know? And these white 49ers and shit, they're the ones that had a gun and shit always with them though. Remember, up in Northern California, they were killing a lot of Gadites though. You know? These fucking Edomites were killing a lot of Gadites though. They were known for doing that shit though, man. Because they said no one's gonna get in their way though.
Yep. Obadiah chapter verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
Yep. See? But that's the thing about it, man. These devil, man, slick with it, man. He's slick with it though.
Deserve everything.
Yeah. And the 49ers, right? They propagandized everything, so a lot of people started going to California for that gold rush. So there was a lot of genocide, though. I think they passed the law too. You know, which can you get Isaiah 10 and 1? Because they passed the law saying there's a reward out there that kill all these Gadites and shit, though. So they were doing all kinds of killings, though, man. I think they killed there was 100,000, and I think they only got left 30,000. Hey, 100,000 to 30,000, man.
And that's because people don't want to see Esau as a fucking enemy.
Yeah.
They don't fucking like you, right?
Stockholm syndrome shit.
I tell you right now, you'll get all the power. Just tell that motherfucker, man, fuck. No. Shut the hell up.
Also, you gotta do just kind of scare them a little bit. Like, all right, man, they're bitches, man. Esau's bitches, though. Reality.
Like my homie at work, on one of his first days, like he went into the office and told our boss, "What's up, paper bitch?"
Well, the other guys, yeah.
That shit was, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I respected him right there. I mean, that's fucking tight. But I didn't say that because my homie, the boss, he's Scott.
Oh, okay.
But he got offended. He was like,
be like that,
But you
man.
have to be sick and tired of this shit.
Oh yeah, definitely though. And guess what? We coming out here, we are sick and tired of
Yeah.
Esau, though, man.
Yep,
Because if not, we wouldn't even be coming out here. We'll be like the other jackass Christian. This is the kingdom. How is this the kingdom? Do you
Don't
even
talk
know?
about the king like that.
Yeah. Do you even know what a kingdom is, though? Means if you're a king, you got a crown, and you got land and shit, you got women and shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's the kingdom right there, man.
It's not your kingdom, guy.
Yeah. What did it say? The white man's kingdom is the black man's hell.
That's right.
That's what they're saying. It's true.
And that dude was driving a jacked fucking car.
Yeah.
Windows couldn't roll up.
Fucking dirty and
Baby
shit.
was in there, hot as hell.
You know he had no AC because his window was kind of down.
Yeah.
Bringing the baby out here and shit though.
So look at that, man. You got people so fucked up in the head, they're willing to put their babies at risk.
And it was hot too that day.
It
It was
was
in the
hot.
summertime.
It was hot.
And it was a hot summer though. But this guy still, and had a late. I don't know if it was his lady though, but she was sitting down and all that. Like get her out of here. What the fuck? She don't need a man.
And that's why Joaquin Murrieta got his fucking wife killed.
Because he was a fool.
Because you motherfuckers always be bringing your bitches around.
Yeah. He was a fool chasing that dream. You know, he was a fool, man.
It's not
California.
your dream.
Yeah. California, you know, people come for the weed, the weather, the beaches,
Homosexuals.
yeah, Hollywood and shit. You know, the YouTubers and shit, people that want to be actors, they go, man, out of California comes a bunch of wickedness. Remember, Hollywood makes movies though.
Oh yeah. About the owl in Oak and something.
Oh yeah,
Grove.
it's up in the north though.
Yeah. There you go.
The Bohemian,
The Bohemian Grove, the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
wickedest place on the planet.
I think it's by San Francisco, but it's up north in the woods and shit though.
Yeah, and that was probably established during the gold rush because
Oh, it had to be though.
Esau
Yeah.
wasn't around there.
Yeah, but you see, bunch of wickedness come out of that shit because what? Hollywood made these movies, right? Blood In, Blood Out, the color
Yeah,
movies,
Colors.
American Me. They inspired other Jakes though, from different states to be a blood and crib. There's bloods in New York and shit. Like what the fuck?
That's not supposed to be.
There's people in Texas claiming Hoover Crips and shit, but they never visited Hoover one time in their life in LA. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But who pushed that shit? The music, right? Esau, man. The 90s, right? All that
Yeah,
West Coast gangster
remember
music.
Hoover Day?
Oh yeah.
With the weed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hoover Day, and you guys just fucking fantasize too much, man.
Yeah.
Fantasize too damn much.
And I think too, Slovakia. And I think too that Black Dahlia. Remember how they killed her ass and shit?
Yeah.
I think. Well, I don't know if she was born and raised in L.A. Well, all I know is that bitch was, chasing dreams and shit. And the way they fucking disfigure her and all that shit though, cut her fucking. Oh man.
Hey, that's called hate.
And in the sidewalk and shit.
Hate. That's fucking hate.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's even worse because you're in the sidewalk. You know there's gotta be buildings around. And she's all fucking screaming, expecting people to help. Nobody fucking helped your ass.
Or she probably just they took her somewhere, cut her up and shit,
Yeah.
and threw her out like nothing though.
That's psychological warfare right there.
Yeah.
That's Esau telling other niggers to go do this to your own fucking people. The devil's so good, he doesn't even have to do anything. He's got you fucking simps doing it for him.
Yep. Yeah, with this gangster music,
Yeah.
the
That's
movies
why
and shit.
when the Lord gets revenge, he's gonna get it through the prophets.
Jeremiah 60.
You can cry all you want, baby. I want you to cry till I squeeze the life out of you.
That last breath that you feel and see.
And it's
like,
gonna be like this. I'm gonna have vision to see that last breath. And I'm gonna keep putting it back in just so you can suffer more. Like you made all our women suffer. Like you made Joaquin Murrieta's wife suffer. Like you made Joaquin suffer.
and his legacy
Yeah.
too, making his legacy still suffer.
Yeah.
Call
Hey,
him a bandit, an outlaw.
Hey, you don't want to know. Remember that part in Little Nicky
Oh yeah,
when the pineapple is getting stuck with
The
Hitler's
Hitler?
ass?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be like that.
It's gonna be like, oh, it's time to, you're telling him bend over and
Yeah.
shit. Had him in a maid hunch, like a maid outfit.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse than that. I'm gonna get something very dull, and I'm gonna cut you up in half with something very dull.
Yeah, because wasn't our people too putting? Who was it? They were putting on the paling them too. I think that's what they did to the 5 kings, I believe.
Yeah.
The Amorite, the with time of Joshua. I think they impaled them too.
Yeah.
You know, the 5 kings though.
And then Vladimir the Impaler.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
Jake. Because he did what Joshua and them was doing.
Yeah, impaling the people and shit.
Impaling them.
Romania, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dracula. That's where Dracula comes
That's
from.
right.
There's a legend saying that there was a golden cup by a well. They were so scared of him that they knew that was his cup, and there was a well like so far from his castle that people still are so scared of him they wouldn't see it.
That's called respect.
That's the type of respect that Esau's gonna have for him, man. You know.
Nobody wants respect anymore. Because the book said you're going to be eradicated. Burned to ashes, and your ashes are going to be burnt into dust particles, and those dust particles are going to be burnt into molecules, and so forth and so on until you do not exist. But a fucking bad memory.
It's in the scriptures though.
And not everybody's going to remember you.
Yeah, saying how they did Joaquin Murrieta, they're not gonna remember him. Like they didn't remember him. I mean, they don't remember your ass too. But it's out in Isaiah 14. These the people that had you in captivity, or sons. They're gonna be like, these are the people that had you. Like, believe that was one time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna tell our little baby stories. Like, yeah, man, we were once slaves. That's gross, or whatever.
Like,
are these the people? Yeah, are these the people?
Like that, was it Black Adam? Like his origin story though?
And I haven't even seen that movie yet.
Yeah, I think they pushed it back more.
Yeah, nobody's making a big deal out of that.
But that's a powerful
What about
movie
the
though.
Second Coming?
Yeah. Oh, the Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
No
it's
one's
supposed to be out in the summer.
Yeah. Oh, it never came out.
It
Huh?
never came out.
Oh shit! Because I see in a preview that the MOTP they were putting in. I don't know if you
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
right. You see?
How these devils work, man. Damn. Cognitive work.
If not them, then who?
Yeah. Shit. Man, these devils are. They're good.
Yeah, I got
though.
Isaiah 10 and 1.
Yeah. The decree. Yeah.
Woe
Kick it
unto
down.
them that decree unrighteous decrees, and them that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Exactly though, man. Like they put that. Well, I was talking about Gadites, right? They put that law saying you can kill these Gadites if they're in your way. So that's a decree that's unlawful though, man. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Hey, if they're in your way, it's okay, man. You can kill them and shit. That's a wicked decree right there, though, man.
Yep.
You know, because these missions, right? Where I was talking about that priest, Serah. Well, they were having Gadites in there too, though, in those missions, though. They were beating them and shit, killing them and shit too. You know, they're trying to beat their language into these Gadites. I believe there's 60,000 unmarked. They were like dead though, man. Outside of these missions, though.
And you have to start thinking scripturally. This is why Jacob's trouble is going to happen. Because all that payback has got to be done. All that animosity has got to be fixed. The people that you fucked up are going to fuck you up.
Was he that leaded to captivity?